In the middle of the Nevada desert, 32 stories below a top-secret research facility called Area 86, there was a strange metal door. There was no lock, no handle. Just an unknown symbol carved into the door that looked like an eye, but its gem was spinning, as if it were alive. The existence of this door was first discovered in 1947, after the Roswell accident. But scientists, the military, and even top NASA researchers could not open it. Time seemed to stand still around the door. Clocks would stop, cameras would stop working, and people would suddenly feel a surge of fear, for no reason. And March 2025, Dr. Elena Brooks, an archaeologist and quantum linguist, suddenly came across the same symbol in an ancient Sumerian manuscript. Below the symbol was written, "The eye that sleeps does not dream, it wakes." Elena realized that this symbol was not alien, but a sign of a lost chapter in human civilization. She appealed to the Pentagon, and finally, after 78 years, permission was granted to open the door. On the day the door opened, July 4th, America's Independence Day, Area 86 was attended by Drive Elena, General Robert Hayes, technician Leon Green, and psychologist Dr. Martin Howard. Standing in front of the door, Elena touched the symbol, and the door moved silently, as if operated by an invisible machine. Inside was a narrow staircase that descended into darkness. As they descended, they saw a vast hall, the walls of which were carved with scenes that no history book could have: people flying, time bending, and a strange spherical object emitting light. And the center of the room was a stone altar, on which a black crystal was placed. When Elena touched the crystal, the entire room was filled with light. The walls around her seemed to come alive. The images began to move. They saw a civilization called the Ambra, who could control time. This Ambra civilization isolated itself from Earth 5,000 years ago because they saw a terrible future war, where humanity would bring its own destruction. They built a vault in which they hid their knowledge, power, and time control technology, for someone in the future who would be wise and fearless enough. But after touching the crystal, something changed. Elena's eyes turned black, and her voice changed. In a deep polyphonic voice she said, "The hands of the clock are turning in the opposite direction. Get ready, for time has awakened." The room began to shake. Light came out of the walls and entered the bodies of the 4 people. They fall unconscious. 3 days later, they wake up. But they are no longer the same. Elena can now see the future. Leon can understand the inner structure of any device by touching it. General Hayes can read people's thoughts. And Dr. Howard, he can walk through time, as if time were a corridor for him. They understand that this power is not just a gift, it is a responsibility. Because inside the vault there was something more, a prophecy. If the children of time take the wrong path, the sleeping eyes will open again, and the world will never be the same again. Elena decides that this power cannot be hidden. But it is also dangerous to reveal. So they create Project Chronos, a secret organization that will monitor every turn of the world's history, not interfering with the flow of time, but actually interfering with danger. But everything is not so simple, and 2027, a mysterious man named David Cross suddenly appears before Elena. He had the same symbol in his eyes. He says that he is a guardian of the Ambra civilization, and what Elena did was forbidden. Opening the vault has disrupted the balance of time. In some places, time has stopped. In some places the past and the future have merged. David places a clock in front of them, one whose hands are spinning in the opposite direction. He says, "If you don't fix time, time will fix you." Elena, Leon, Hayes, and Howard return to the vault. But this time the door doesn't open. They realize that the entrance to time can only be opened once. That's when Elena remembers that an engraving on the wall reads, "He who understands time can go beyond time." They decide to use their powers to find traces of the Ambra civilization scattered around the world, so that the balance of time can be restored. Their journey begins at the Giza pyramids in Egypt, where they find an ancient clock that casts time shadows in the sunlight. Then they go to a canyon in Arizona, where a time rift appears. The same person can be seen twice in the same place. Finally, they arrive at an icy cave in Alaska, where time has completely stopped. There, they find a crystal sphere, which is the heart of time, the heart of Chronos. After touching the sphere, the four people's memories merge. They see that the Ambra civilization is actually people from the future who broke time and went back to the past. They wanted a new beginning, but time did not accept their mistake. Elena realizes that in order to fix time, they must dissolve their own existence, because they are now outside of time, and their very presence is disrupting the balance. And the final scene, the four stand in front of the secret vault. One by one, they place their hands on the crystal sphere and slowly disappear into the light. The vault door closes again, and beneath it, a new sentence was engraved: "Those who loved time were lost in time. But time will remember them."